friends, this is Rainy from Rainy Day Reads. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. um, I was going to do another vlog this week and I started out strong and then just completely forgot about it. So I may put in some little clips of some of the stuff that I did for the vlog, like little montages maybe, if I got anything usable. But other words, you're just going to get my weekly chatty bits because that just seems what I can do at the moment. So might get a little bit of each, a little bit of vlog, a little bit of chatty, like podcasty type things. So anyway, it's about 10:30 in the morning on Sunday, July 11th, 2021. And I have a busy filming day ahead of me. So grab your beverage of choice, whether it's morning, maybe some coffee or tea, or in the afternoon, evening, some wine or a fancy beverage, maybe. I don't know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So, and let's get into the books. Okay, so this is just going to be all books for this episode, let's say. But I'm going to have a part 2, which is going to be my crafty stuff, or otherwise known as floss tube in the cross stitch community, because I've been doing a lot of that lately. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to show on that video, so I thought it's better just to keep it separate. And if you're into that kind of thing, it will be up, well, hopefully today. It'll just be a part 1 and a part 2. So, but this one will be all about the books and just some chatty stuff about what I did this week. So there might be a little bit of overlap in the chatty bits on the other video, just FYI. So anyway, this week I had a pretty good reading week. I had 3 books that I was reading physically. I think, yeah, 3 books that I was reading physically and 1 audiobook. And I did a pretty good job on keeping up with the physical reading, which is odd for me. I mean, you know, just with having a full-time job, you don't normally get a lot of, physical reading time during the day, but work was a little slower for me this week for some reason. It gets like that from time to time in the summertime. So I had a little bit of extra time to pull out a book when I was just kind of in between projects and read a few pages. But mostly, it was still on my breaks. And I had a couple of days where normally my mom will come and meet me for lunch and I get an hour lunch break. But there were a couple of days that she had other commitments that she had to attend to. So I had an extra long hour to read if I wanted to. So that's kind of where that all the physical reading came about. I did, however, switch to audio for the last few chapters of one of my books, just because things started to pick up and I wasn't getting as much reading time and I wanted to do some stitching, and audiobooks are just better for that. So anyway, without talking about all that, let's just get into what I finished this week. Let me take another swig of coffee and then I'll put this down and we'll talk books. So one of the reasons that I was going to vlog this week is because there was a week-long readathon happening called Cozweek for the birthday of Courtney from Cortaginist. And it's usually a cozy mystery kind of a readathon, but she kind of extended it into just any kind of cozy reading, whatever makes you feel cozy. So in that respect, I did well because I was reading Jane Austen, I was reading cozy mysteries, I was reading things that, I just enjoyed reading them. However, my original TBR was to binge read all of what I had remaining from the Port Danby series by London Lovett, and binging turned into I only got one of them read. I am out of practice on doing week-long readathons. I just have not been doing them in, the past year or so, and I obviously severely overestimated what I can get read in a week when I'm reading other things that don't pertain to that readathon. So I only got one of them read, but I'm super glad that I got this one read. This is Sunflowers and Sabotage, and this is the 10th book in the Port Danby series. And I can't really say too much about this one because then you would know, like, a lot of spoilers for the series. But this series follows Lacey Pinkerton, and they call her Pink. I'm assuming that's supposed to be her on the cover, but she does not have pink hair in the actual series. But I'm assuming this is supposed to be like representation of her. I don't know. But she's on every cover, so I'm assuming that's her. Um, but the series follows Lacey, and she moves to the town of Port Danby when she quits her job in the perfume industry because she has a super powerful nose that can sniff out even the tracest of scents. So, in a murder mystery, you can imagine where that goes to, that she uses her nose to help the police solve crimes. And and it's really pretty interesting how she does that in every book. And in this one, it's quite the smelly one because it takes place at a dog show, and there is a big fancy dog show that takes place, and one of the handlers is killed. So of course Lacey has to help the police discover who would have had the motives to kill this woman. And there are definitely people that had motives to kill her, but are they really the ones to blame for this crime? So yeah, it's just really cute, and it takes place in the summertime, and there's a lot of cute dogs and and a lot of insight into the professional dog show world, which is pretty funny and cutthroat at times. So I really enjoyed this one. These books are super short, which this was like 190 pages, which I think is why I mistakenly thought that I could get through more than one of them in a week. I probably could have had I not been reading other things. But I think I'm going to turn Cozweek into Coz Month because that, getting back into that series really made me want to continue reading the series and getting them like binged. So I think I planned to start this one, Lavender and Lies, yesterday so that I would have a couple of days to finish it, but things came up and I didn't have enough time to even start it. So this is going to happen next week. So my plan is to at least get one of these read a week for the foreseeable future. And hopefully I will get caught up soon. So, but aren't these, I actually won this one in a giveaway by London. And so like I forgot I had that in there, but I'm trying to show you that she signed it. And this is not working out. See, okay, so she signed it. And I won this in a giveaway whenever this book came out. And I was not even close to being at this book because this is number 11 when I won it. So it's just been sitting on my shelf probably for 6 months or more. So I'm really excited to finally be getting to this one. And added bonus, it is my favorite color, purple. Yay. So I definitely want to get to this one next week. The next book that I finished was Christmas at Holiday House by Rayanne Thane. This was the audiobook that I read this week, and I am reading this for the Bitter Single Ladies Read Romance book club that I run with my friend Angie from Literary Labors. And we are actually going to be having our live show book club meeting on my YouTube channel today at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I'm not going to say much about what I thought about this book, but I will say that I really enjoyed it. And this is my second Rayanne Thane that I've read, and this was definitely one that I liked the most of the two books. I mean, there's only two, but the first one I read by her was His Second Chance Family, and it was for the categorically romance readathon that my friend Sarah from the Bookish Knitter and Bree from Falling for Romance on Instagram ran last month, I believe. And I liked it, but it wasn't anything exciting for me. So I was excited to read this one because it's a Christmas theme for Christmas in July, and it was very heartwarming, we'll say. So, but that's as far as I'll go with that one. You'll have to come and join us at the book club meeting if you want to know more of my thoughts on that one. The final book that I finished this week was for Jane Austen July, and it was Northanger Abbey by Miss Jane Austen. And this is only my second reading of this work, and I just really loved it. It was great. And I feel like Northanger Abbey does not get enough love. And, you hear about Pride and Prejudice and Emma and Persuasion, which Persuasion is still my favorite, but this is inching up there. It might surpass Pride and Prejudice for me, maybe, because Henry Tilney is just adorable. I love him. After Captain Wentworth in Persuasion, he may be my favorite Jane Austen hero. He is just so funny and lighthearted, and he has a little bit of Mr. Knightley qualities to him, which I also love Mr. Knightley, so I don't know. I'm going to have to do a ratings of my favorite Jane Austen heroes. I don't know. But yeah, he has the qualities of my favorite Jane Austen heroes, and they're all kind of wrapped up into one. So I don't know. He might have to be at the top of my list. I'm going to have to evaluate this and put out a video. But I read this with my friend Angie from Literary Labors and Bobby Sue Davis, who is a frequent commenter, and she's on Instagram. Yes, I follow her on Instagram. I don't know if her Instagram is like a bookstagram, if it's public or not. I don't remember. But anyway, but Bobby Sue Davis is awesome. And we read this and we chatted about it over Voxer. And it was just lovely. And I believe that Angie is still working on finishing it. So, but I hope she loves it as much as Bobby Sue and I did. So, and speaking of fun Jane Austen videos where somebody rates their favorite Jane Austen heroes, Jennifer Brooks did a really fun video the other week about would she date Mr. Darcy? And I think I need to do a video like that. And I don't want to bum it off of her, but I feel like as a fellow single girl, these are the qualities that I need to think about when I'm picking a man, right? So, for all the books that I finished this week. So what's on deck? This week I need to start The Wife, which is the second part in the Kristin Lavransdatter trilogy by Sigrid Undset. I actually forgot about it. That I'm reading this with Danny from Spinelli Speaks and Jeanette Paulson, who is another commenter, and we read The Wreath, which is the first part, in June, and we talked about continuing it into this month, and we were going to start it after July 4th, and I got wrapped up in all my other stuff and completely forgot about it until Jeanette said something. So we are going to try to read the first section of The Wife. It's split up into 3 parts too. So we're gonna try to read the first part by like the middle of the week. So, and I've been, I have it on Kindle copy, and so I've been letting text to speech read it to me. So kind of like an audiobook. And so I think I can get through that part pretty quickly, maybe even today after I finish all this. We'll see. And then I need to continue my buddy read of The Magician by Kathleen Shoup with my friend Amanda from her Pacific Northwest Washington life. We are behind our original schedule. I think we're just going to kind of play this book by ear because it's really long, and it's not dense. It's a very interesting story, but just I think with all the other things that we have going on, it was a little ambitious to assume we'd be done with it by today. So we're just kind of taking it by ear, and I think we're just kind of checking in with each other after every 5 or 6 chapters. And the chapters are really pretty short, so it's a really compelling story. I'm really enjoying it. I like baseball, but not enough to like really go deep into it. But I feel like this book has enough other stuff going on in it that the baseball aspect of it doesn't really bog me down. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this a lot so far, and hopefully I'm hoping she has more books in the Denora series coming out because I really enjoy her writing style. It's gritty, but it's not like it's not too much. There's some lighthearted moments and things like that. So and this one follows like a group of kids, basically. One in particular, Stan Musial, but you're going through Stan Musial's life. So right now he's still a child. So even though there's some hard things that happen to Stan and his family, there's some lighthearted baseball moments, time with his friends, that kind of thing that is helping to keep this story like not a slog to get through. So I'm really enjoying it. I highly recommend this series. It's very good. Then I already talked about how I'm going to try to read Lavender and Lies this week to continue the Cozweek fun, since I pretty much failed at my binge. Another thing that I know is getting started this week is The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow. I always forget who wrote this. I'm going to be reading this with a group of ladies on Voxer, and we are starting it, sorry for the library glare, on the 12th, I believe. So I'm going to be listening to this on audiobook just because like I have a lot of other physical books going, so I need at least one audiobook going, and it's kind of chunky. So, but I'm really, really looking forward to this. I haven't heard any bad things about this book yet, and it's been out for like a year or so. And it follows Mary Bennett, which I've had a bad experience with retellings about Mary Bennett in the past. So I'm glad to know that there's potentially a good one out there. So I'm really looking forward to this and looking forward to talking about it with a group of ladies. Last but not least, I'm not sure if we are starting this week or not. I have to talk to Victoria. But Victoria from A Musical Bookworm and I are going to be buddy reading Sense and Sensibility. And I believe that we were going to start it either this week or like over the weekend. I can't remember. So I'll have to talk to her about that. But we are getting close to Sense and Sensibility. This is one of my favorite. I don't even know why I say this is one of my favorite Jane Austens, because basically all of them are my favorite Jane Austens. The only one that I'm not sure about is Mansfield Park now, but that's only because I've only read it once, and I betcha once I reread it again, which I didn't read it with the group this month, so shame on me, but I'm sure once I reread it, I'll be like, that was great. That's one of my favorite Jane Austens too. Why I even say such things is beyond me. But I really enjoy this story. I love the sister relationship, and I love Eleanor Dashwood. She is my soul sister, I think. So, but yeah, that is the last book I have on deck for the week. That's a lot of reading. The only last thing I wanted to share with you today is that I got a little bit of happy mail from my friend Becky, and she sent me some yarn which for a project that we are going to be working on together. And but I'll show you that in the floss tube video that I'm going to do. She also made me this adorable bookmark. Look at the little fox guy. Oh, so cute. My friend Becky is a awesome sewist, seamstress, sewist. I don't know what to say about that, but I think she made a dress out of this fabric for herself. And I love this fabric, so I am so excited that she made me a bookmark out of it. Ah, thank you. And then also, let me see if I can get it without burning myself. She also sent me this candle that says Rainy Day Reads on it. I love it. Now, as you can tell, it does say the actual way you spell rainy for like the rainy, the rain. But I don't care. I love it. This is like, even after this candle is gone, I'm saving this jar and maybe I will put another candle in it. So, but the scent is lovely as well. Very excited about it. And I can't show you this now because I don't know, I can't. But there were like sparklies in the top of it whenever I lit it. So exciting. Okay, so that is everything. Oh no, it's not everything. I have one little piece of crafty thing that I'm going to show you because it pertains to Jane Austen July, and it pertains to one of our lovely friends, Tanya from the Sampler Girl. I bought a pattern, cross-stitch pattern from Tanya from her Etsy shop, the Sampler Girl. And I will leave all her information down below because she has a lot of fun Jane Austen patterns that you can choose from. So I decided to go with this one. I will put it up here probably. And it is a quote from Persuasion. And I feel like it embodies me a lot. So, and like how deeply I feel things. So I'm very excited to start stitching this. I need to see if the like fabric scraps that I have will be big enough for it. And if I have the correct floss. Probably not. I'll probably have to go out and buy some. But I would like to start that maybe this week too. We'll see. I just want to start all the things right now, so who knows? This might not actually get started till maybe like the following week, but depending on the fabric situation, but we shall see. So anyway, that is it, my friends. The only other bit of chatty business I have is that I went for a couple of hikes in a local park this week with my friend, yes, my friend Katie, and my cousin Olivia. That was fun to get to hang out with both of them. They were two separate occasions, but it was fun to go out and go to the park and walk around. That is where we have Shakespeare in the park, so I'll probably be there next weekend or the weekend after, perhaps, because Shakespeare in the Park is back. Yay! They're doing A Comedy of Errors this year, so I don't know that I've ever read that one, so I might try to... No, I can't read it yet because I'm going to read that in August with Kelly. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to watch it. I think they always do a very good job. So, and some years I've been involved, some years I haven't been, and the older I get and the hotter it gets here, I don't want to be involved. So I'm happy to be a spectator. So, but anyway, that is all I have for today. This was a longer video than I thought it would be. So I hope you stuck with me, and yeah, join me over on my floss tube whenever I get that filmed and up on my channel. So, all right, I'll talk to you later, friends. Bye.